go quickly, read, and if we have any comments on what we have already wanted to change, we just stop there. Thank you very much. Mr. Nelson, you can start. No, I cannot.
Thank you, TAC Chair.
Okay, thank you, Chair and members. TAC Chair, it was my concern that for us, so that we are able to move together, if they have somebody who is able to understand French, like Patrice, when you are talking, they can interpret direct. So that
Patrice is there.
Yes, he was there.
Patrice, s'il te plaît, est-ce que tu peux ouvrir la version française de l'agenda annoté? Et est-ce que tu peux ouvrir la version française de l'agenda annoté, s'il te plaît? بعد إذن حضرتك ممكن نقفل الباب لو حد جه تقول لهم إن الاجتماع مغلق؟ Alors Patrice, s'il te plaît. So what we can do now, what I suggest, that we can go quickly with the English version, and you will distinguish TAC members, French speakers, you will go through it with the French version. If you have any comment in the French version that is related to the specific point, you stop, you express yourself, and Patrice will make the translation. Okay? Is that possible? Okay, go ahead, please.
Thank you, TAC Chair, and through you, I understood the point that was raised by Kenya on the interpretation. Of course, I'm aware that in the previous years, as a matter of procedure, we needed to have maybe official interpretation. And we thought that we could help to have this done as the Secretariat. We are also still working to make sure that this is addressed. But I know that in previous years, it was quite a must that we have at least the interpretation. But given the situation, as you have said, we have to continue.
Yes. You could have asked this in advance, and you could have provided it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the tax, so it's the responsibility of AMCAO to organize it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, TAC Chair and distinguished TAC Vice Chairs, as well as TAC members, and also the Technical Executive Committee members. Do you want to interpret what I've said, or he will try to be in the cubicles? Okay, so I'll continue. Genevieve, are you able to hear me? Can you wave a hand if you can hear me? Okay. So what we have done now is to only summarize the section of the decisions that we have to present to the Executive Committee of the Council. And the first item is on, the first item is on the decision. Of course, we have the, through you, TAC Chair, what we have, okay, thank you. Let's start from where you were, Genevieve. So here is under the section where we were reporting on the progress that was made in the implementation of the activities of 2023. And if you recall, we summarized a number of things, or we updated you on a number of items. And on the end of it, we had also some decisions. But the first one here is related to the issues of resource mobilization. And the statement that we are putting in the decision is that the Council is invited to note that since the 13th ordinary session of the Governing Council in June 2023, the Secretariat has successfully negotiated and or signed funding agreements for the equivalent of US $5.6 million. This is the result of engagements.
Okay, did we have any changes here? If you have a change?
No, there were no changes on this section.
Okay, so skip it and continue.
Okay, fine. So this decision is adopted as is.
Did you open the track change mode? Oui?
Dans la version française, là, dans le premier paragraphe, là, il est dit que ceci est le résultat des engagements avec les partenaires de financement existants et nouveaux. Jusque-là, c'est bon. Mais la suite, on dit ainsi que d'une gestion fiscale prudente de la conférence Africa-SAN, qui est l'une des plateformes phares d'engagement. Pourquoi ici, là, pourquoi ces paragraphes-là? En principe, il ne doit pas exister, ces paragraphes-là.
Okay, what he's asking is the first paragraph is good, but his concern is regarding the other paragraph where they mention as well as prudent fiscal management of the Africa Sun Conference, which is one of AMCAO flagship stakeholder engagement platform. So for him, this section should not be there.
Moi, je ne vois pas pourquoi on va...
Can you highlight the section that
Cette
is not...
section-là, à mon avis, ne doit pas...
Donc, for him, this additional information is not relevant.
Ça n'a rien à voir avec la gestion du...
And it does not have any link with resource mobilization.
Merci, Monsieur Tak du Niger. Thank you very much. But what we are doing now is reviewing the comments that we have done and the amendments that we agreed upon. We will not open again the document. OK? En français, ce que nous faisons maintenant, c'est de revoir les commentaires et les corrections que nous avons demandées. On ne va pas ouvrir de nouveau la discussion sur le document. Ce qu'on a accepté pendant le TAC, c'est ici on veut le refléter. Sinon, on ne commence pas à discuter le document de nouveau, s'il vous plaît, parce que comme ça, on ne pourra pas nous en sortir. Merci beaucoup. Okay, so we will go through the comments that we have already done. We will not reopen the discussions. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, AMCA TAC Chair. The second decision relates to the submission of the 2022 annual report of the Commission on the implementation of the July 2008 Assembly Declaration on the Sharm el-Sheikh commitments for accelerating the achievement of water and sanitation goals in Africa. On this item, Chair, there were no further comments for us to take into account.
Did you open, are you opening the track changed version?
Yes.
Please open the track change version and not the...
Yes, it's in track.
It is the track change version? Okay.
Yes,
I wanted
it's
to make
intact,
sure
Chair.
that this is the track change version. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Then the decision 3 is on the report, on the submission of the report, or the 2023 report on the implementation of the 2015 Ngor Declaration on Sanitation and Hygiene. On this item, there were also no any changes to the decisions that were proposed. TAC Chair, I would imagine that this is adopted as is. Then decision number 4
Okay,
on the
until now, the French version, are you okay with it? Are you okay with the French version? You don't have any comments that are different than what we have addressed in the meeting? Okay, please continue.
TAC Chair, you just have to, I beg your pardon, there is one item that maybe it's better that I preempt it because it was, okay. It was highlighted, but anyway, I'll highlight it as I come to that section. So we were on the item number 4 on the progress on the utilization of the Africa Sanitation Policy Guidelines and implementation of the SPGs in action. This item as well does not have any adjustments or any changes. On item number 5, on the hosting of the Africa Sun 7 conference, there are only just some grammatical errors, but again, on this section, there is no any adjustments that were supposed to be made on the hosting of the Africa Sun 7 conference. I can move on with your permission, TAC Chair,
Yes,
to the
please.
next item.
Yes, please,
Numbers-
unless any of the distinguished TAC members have a comment or something. Okay, please continue, Mr. Nelson.
On number 6, on the 2022 annual external audit report and financial progress report from January 2023 to March 2023.
Yes, I think we will have to move quickly because probably they will need the room very soon.
Okay, thank you, TAC Chair. We come to item number 7 on the AMCA work plan and budget for 2023. Here, again, there were not any changes except the grammatical and the writing in full some of the terms that were in short terms.
Okay.
On item number 8, on Yogi, again, some of the changes that we made on the implementation of the AMCA strategy for youth and gender inclusion.
Please, can you put Yogi on the screen?
Sorry?
Yes, it wasn't on the screen.
Okay, it's number 8, yes. So
Yes,
there are
ma'am.
just some of those editorials that have been done.
Okay. Any comment from the TAC members? بعتذر يعني بقول لحضراتكم معلش لا زي ما حضراتكم تحبوا بس هو اجتماع يعني للكوميتي ممبرز مش
Okay, on number 9. Number 9 was about a report on the engagements at the UN 2023 Water Conference.
Okay.
This again has been updated as we were advised, and there were no major changes to be done.
Okay.
Item number 10 on the report that we gave.
أيوة ابتدينا.
Again, here it's about the progress in the implementation of AMCA's knowledge management and information sharing program. Again, on this, the changes were more of the editorials to make sure that the text fits
Okay.
the presentations and
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Just 1 second. Nos amis les francophones, vous n'avez aucune remarque, on peut continuer? I cannot see from my back, so if you see something, please call me or something. Okay, let's continue, please.
So now we come to matters presented for the consideration and decision-making by the 14th ordinary session of the Executive Committee of AMCAO. Under this item, on number 1, we are talking about the submission of the 2023 AMCAO annual report. The only adjustment or addition that has been made under this section is the statement that AMCAO TAC Chair had advised that we should introduce based on the submission from the Sao Tome and Principe, who is the TAC Chair, the TAC Vice Chair for Central Africa. And the comment that was made was at the time relating to the Pan-African section.
Yes.
But we realized that based on the recommendation she was making, the distinguished TAC Chair or Vice Chair for Central Africa would make much appropriate sense to have it included under this item, because that's the time that we're submitting the report. So if you see on the screen, on 1.5, we have added the text as proposed and submitted by the AMCAO TAC Vice Chair for Central Africa. And it says, further takes the tasks the Secretariat to periodically communicate on new and ongoing initiatives to member states.
Okay, we can stop here for 1 second. Madame Barros,
Okay.
she has stepped out. Okay, so maybe we will leave it until she comes back. Is Madame Barros around?
Chair, also the recommendation maybe from the Secretariat is that because it's a member state that submitted this proposal, it's also up to us as members of TAC to adopt what has been proposed.
Yes, but we want to see first that
Okay.
if this sentence responds to what she proposed.
Okay, thank you.
Huh? She's not around? Okay, okay. Okay, we can leave it and then come back. Leave this, we continue, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
The second item for decision
Je peux
relates...
traduire, Dr. Tahani, ce que tu viens de dire?
Pardon?
Je peux traduire au francophone?
Oui, oui, allez-y.
Donc, en fait, Madame Barros avait fait une remarque par rapport à... elle a proposé une décision dont le secrétariat a proposé cette décision-là. Charger en outre le secrétariat de communiquer périodiquement aux États membres des initiatives nouvelles et en cours. Donc, il était question de passer en revue cette décision. Est-ce qu'elle cadre bien avec l'esprit que Mme Barros avait en proposant cela? Donc, comme elle n'est pas là, la présidente du CCT a proposé qu'on puisse passer à autre chose le temps qu'elle puisse arriver. Moi, je pense que Dr. Tahani, elle vient d'entrer en salle.
Madame Barros, vous arrivez à temps pour voir la recommandation que vous avez proposée ou la décision. Et Monsieur Nelson avait proposé, premièrement, qu'on la mette avec le rapport de progrès. Parce que c'est là, de son point de vue, c'est là où ça doit être mis. Maintenant, vous voulez voir un peu ce qui est écrit pour voir si vous êtes d'accord. En réalité, moi j'ai une remarque, mais commencez par vous d'abord, parce que vous avez proposé la proposition.
Donc, en français. Madame Barros, je suis ici, je peux traduire en... Ok, donc en français, c'est charge en outre ou demander en outre le secrétariat de communiquer.
C'est marqué charge.
Charge, ok, charge en outre le secrétariat de communiquer périodiquement aux États membres des initiatives nouvelles et en cours.
Okay, yeah. She said that the communication must be before the implementation.
Oui, la remarque a été déformée. Elle a été déformée en ce sens parce qu'on avait demandé que désormais le secrétariat exécutif de AMCO doit partager les initiatives africaines en matière d'eau et d'assainissement avant leur inscription dans l'agenda annoté. C'est ça la remarque.
I fully agree. So, Madame Barros et Monsieur Niger, Sao Tomé et le Niger, et moi aussi, je vous demande de. I propose to rephrase it in order to put two things. First of all, that this will be periodically communicated in advance. In advance. Not after, in advance. The first thing. The second thing, it's not only on water, the communication on initiatives and events and activities. Not only initiatives. Initiatives and activities, if you want to add events. Okay? To make it clear and not to dilute the sentence, because this sentence is diluted.
Ok, dans la proposition de l'attaque de Mme Tahani, donc, en fait, la décision proposée ne cadre pas avec l'esprit derrière. Donc, apparemment, ça a été dilué. Donc, elle est en train de faire des propositions d'ajouter 2 points. Donc, communiquer périodiquement en avance, pas après. Donc, c'est ça qu'on doit mentionner. Et le deuxième point, c'est par rapport, donc, on doit communiquer sur les initiatives, les événements et les activités. C'est ce que Dr Tahani est en train de proposer. Pour pouvoir respecter l'idée derrière.
Do you all agree on that?
Okay, thank you, Chair. I do agree, but when we talk about periodically, are we talk about quarterly, twice a year? How often should he communicate? Because when we talk about periodically, it's not clear. Thank you.
Donc la question est de savoir, quand on parle de périodique, est-ce qu'on parle de trimestriel ou autre? Donc on doit vraiment mentionner la période.
Eh bien,
Okay.
when I am afraid that if we decide periodically, we will miss things. For example, if we say monthly and something happens within the month, you will miss it. So periodically means that whenever something happens, but if we say periodically, quarterly, for example, quarterly, not necessarily, you might miss something that happened already or that we didn't know about. So when you leave it periodically, it tasks the Secretariat to update us.
Okay, I'm
Donc, la
contact chair.
suggestion-
Maybe if I can, if with your permission, I'm contact chair. Chair,
Pour Madame Nelson, I just want to summarize what she said.
Okay, no, Madam, I see what you mean, but periodically exactly mean that. Periodically is either weekly, periodically can be monthly, periodically can be quarterly. But what happens in between, like you are saying, that word periodically, we must do away with it, because what we mean is Secretariat should communicate in advance, even in advance covers everything. What we want is that they communicate to their supervisors from time to time. That's completely different. Periodically, it's a bit dangerous. We are, yeah, in
Donc,
advance.
la suggestion est de retirer périodiquement et de
Yeah,
maintenir
from time to
en avance. Parce qu'en avance, ça couvre tous les aspects. Parce que périodiquement, ça peut prêter à confusion.
Tout à fait, pour la version française. C'est-à-dire que au lieu de faire donc des délais mensuels, annuels, parce que parfois ça arrive 2 mois, 3 mois, il n'y a pas d'activité à déclarer. Donc pour s'en sortir, qu'est-ce qu'on doit faire? Je propose, c'est d'avertir au préalable, donc c'est d'avance, au préalable, toute activité, donc on la laisse en général, toute activité et toute... D'accord, au préalable. Et on lève tout à fait.
OK, donc pour Dr Aïssa de
En
la
avance,
Tunisie,
ça
c'est de...
veut dire ça. En avance, in advance. Oui, mais si on était alerté en avance, ça n'aurait pas dû figurer dans l'avance. C'est-à-dire,
Bon, pas forcément. Mais si vous les comprenez comme ça, il n'y a pas de souci. Mais oui, d'accord, mais si vous les comprenez comme ça, il n'y a pas de souci. Mais je souhaiterais qu'on précise bien qu'avant l'inscription, il ne faut pas que ça apparaisse. Vous pouvez expliquer ça comme ça, mais il ne faut pas que ça apparaisse dans l'agenda annoté avant qu'on ne soit informé. Voilà, c'est ça.
moi, je vois que ça va de soi. Ça va de soi parce que si on est alerté en avance, c'est-à-dire que ça ne va jamais apparaître avant qu'on le sache. D'accord. OK.
Non, je voulais seulement comprendre très bien. Est-ce que si nous disons seulement communicate en avance, parce que le monsieur là avait proposé de toutes, all the new ongoing initiatives and activities and events. Ou bien, si c'est comme ça va provoquer la situation où tout va être communiqué. Si on met par exemple tout ce qui va rentrer de nouveau, ou tout ce qui est en train de se faire. Yes. Là, on est sûr que tout, oui, c'est contrôlé. Merci beaucoup.
Madam Chairman, thank you very much. I think from what I'm seeing there, to be more specific about our needs, we need to remove, I agree, we need to remove that word periodically, and rather we should be specific. If it is quarterly that we need this information.
We had this conversation before you came into the room, and if it's quarterly and something happened inside within, we cannot know it. We have to be updated in advance. If it is just in advance, if it is something that happens now, okay, a meeting that that will happen next week or next month. I don't. The TAC members didn't want to bind it with
So
a
sorry,
specific time frame.
I'm in a meeting, but I'll
because
call you much
you
later
you
before
might
you're
not
gonna
be
finish. Sorry
notified
about this.
after the event has been finished, or that somebody they say no, it came by surprise and it didn't figure out in the report. You understand what I mean? So in advance, meaning that before it happens. I might suggest to put enough time in advance. Not in advance one day before. Enough time in advance. If you agree. So you will not be taken by surprise that, okay, you requested that you know in advance, well, it's tomorrow. It is in advance, but it's not enough time to participate, for example. Well, in advance, whatever the English says, but in advance, it can be 1 hour before. It is in advance. Nobody can blame the Secretariat at that moment. Huh?
Okay, through the chair. Excuse me, Chair. Okay, I think when we talk about enough time, it's a relative term. But I want to believe there is how the Secretariat operates when it comes to communication in advance. For example, when we were coming to this event, they communicated in advance. So we can just leave to the way they normally do their assignment to make sure the information reach member states in advance before the event or the initiative or something else happens. And then also, when you talk about to member states, are they communicated to each and every country or through the vice chairs or how? Because that one also needs to be clear. Because a country can say we don't receive the communication and maybe the communication came through the vice chair or the chair, but it never reached that country. How are we going to ensure that this communication is done effectively so that we don't keep it complaining or disadvantage other states? Thank you.
Yes, I'm Kautakcha through you. I wanted to raise a concern from the Secretariat side. I've been sitting and listening, so I beg your pardon so that you just hear what we wanted to say. If we adopt this decision the way it has been crafted, and especially when we say well in advance on all and new ongoing initiatives, activities, and events, first of all, you need to remember and recall that you have already approved a work plan for example, for the coming year. And there are activities that we have to be implementing in relation to that work plan. And I thought we may need to probably only say that we are referring to key new and ongoing initiatives, because it's not like every other activity we are doing at this. If we write a proposal, for example, to EU, do we have to write to update you immediately? If we meet one donor agency, do we have to update on that? If we have, so these are some of the things that we have to be also, because you have given us the responsibility to implement the work plan that you have approved and give you the results. And now, so I wanted to say, I wanted to advise that, I wanted to advise, or rather not to advise, but to highlight, sorry, and beg your consideration to phrase it as we have maybe said, to say, communicate well in advance, yes, key, new and ongoing activities, not all, because that then makes it even difficult for us to do the work that would be doing on a daily-to-day basis. I am submitting that for consideration.
Now we will go back to the origin of why did we put this. We didn't put this for the work plan. We did put this for something else that we should be aware of before. Okay, you placed it here because it looks nicer here. Because if it moves to the proper place where it should be, it will put the secretariat in not that good situation. If I put it in the proper place, it will put you in a situation that you are not giving us the information timely. Okay? So now, you moved it and we accept it. But you want to put it now as in a way, no, please, don't play smart because we are smart too. Okay? So if you want to put it that way, put it in the proper place. And put before it that we have not been notified about PANAFCON. Because this is why we put this here.
Okay.
Okay? So
here,
please, you said your concern, you said your opinion. Thank you very much. It is for the TAC members to decide the decision that they will report to their ministers. Thank you. Okay.
I want to support you, Chair, on this matter, because that's, if you hear me, I'm asking, this particular sentence we put there, it responds to what on this site is exactly my concern, what you have stated. Let us take, this particular sentence came up because some communication were not done. It's Pan-African, it is the issue of the renting. All these things were not communicated. We were surprised here, yet you had a problem there. Those are the things we are saying they must always be communicated. Therefore, there, it doesn't have any meaning. It complicates matter because it's now aligned to the work plan that we have approved. We would like to see that where we had the problem. Then it corresponds to the problem.
Okay.
Yes.
At the back, there is a hand at the back.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you, Chair. Mine is also, there is something that has been raised by Nelson, and then it has come to my mind, the issue of initiative. If we are referring to what has been discussed, there is issue of mobilization of resources, right? And yes, it's not what. Yes, there is that part of the issue of resource mobilization through the partners, the advocacy part D, that's right? Yes, so I was talking about, if we say all the initiatives, like if before they start engagement with partners, they write to member states, and I don't know how long will they expect us to respond so that maybe they start engaging. But if we say it for activities and programs and what, because that one already they have secured funding and they are able to implement. Now they can alert us that they have secured funding for this and they are doing A, B, C, D. But when we talk about all the initiatives, it's because before even they start planning on how to do those engagements and what they need to alert us. I don't know. Because I'm seeing like we are tightening their hands so hard that they might not be able to discharge, especially the component of resource mobilization. Thank you. No, it was a proposal. They never took it from somewhere, sorry. It was a proposal from one of us. That's why we are trying to make sure that when we, when we tax, it is something that they need to abide. Yes. Huh? Yes.
This was raised by Sao Tome and Principe when we were informed about the PANAFCON by surprise. So the real place where this should be was there. And the proposed is to put it here. So now it doesn't fit well with what is here. So we take the same sentence and we put it where it belongs then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will take it out to bring it to the section that we'll be referring to.
Yes, with the same wording.
With that,
Ça va. Non, c'est mieux là-bas parce que c'est à cause de ça qu'on a demandé ça.
That we have agreed. Yeah, can you go back, Chair? I have seen they have changed the numbering, which is good, but just go up, more up. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. You have changed everything.
Why are we...
no, they're trying to move this text to already here so that we can maybe consider it. Yeah.
You didn't paste it.
It's been pasted.
You pasted? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back then. Okay. We can continue, please.
Can you help?
Now, can we see the Kampala declaration?
Can you remove the search on the left?
Now, I want to see how it...
Chair, on this, I can report to the August House that when we shared it yesterday as an updated version, there was no further comment, and we said that it was a compromise, and it read pretty okay.
Yes.
I understand. So if we come to the right on the decisions,
Yes.
proposed decisions. Decisions on the right.
On the right, up, 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 up. Voila, here we are.
Yes, so this was a part of the report, and the only thing that we had agreed all these decisions, except that we had added this item which we thought would fit pretty well. But under your guidance and instructions, we are moving it to the other section. So the rest of those decisions here are pretty fine, and there are no further changes needed. We move on to the next item, which is about the outcomes of the sub-regional ministerial committee meetings and technical experts. On this, if we come to the right, there were no changes in terms of what we needed to improve as relates to
Yes,
the
but
decisions.
I remember that on the left-hand side, it wasn't, it was not put, you did it now? Okay.
No, this is where we had the reports from the member states, so we have just added all the details, rather reports from the sub-regional vice chairs.
What is number G? The committee noted the importance of linguistic diversity in partner engagement. Okay, that has been raised.
Yes. Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
We move on to this item on the...
Namibia says that instead of the committee, say TAC, because this is instead of the committee.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And on the decisions as already made, there were no amendments. We can move to the decisions, comfort. On this issue, there were all these decisions that were no any changes to be made. We move on to the next item on the agenda, which the next item relates to the outcomes from the 5th extraordinary session of the EXCO and on the Africa Regional Consultation for and engagements at the 10th World Water Forum. Under these sections, when we reported yesterday, we made reference to the fact that there were some few items, especially the annex that we were advised to remove in the left.
But now we have to make sure that you are referring to the the enumeration of the annex corresponds to the right annex.
Yes.
Okay? Otherwise, that will be very confusing.
Yes, thank you. So we have all these submissions, and in terms of the decisions,
yes,
or
here
would you
in
want
the
to-
fuchsia, it's in accordance with the principles of international law. This is how it was written in the declaration.
yes, we have updated it.
Principles. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Because this is how it was in the key messages.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, in terms of okay, can you just finish off this first section, the left section, just finish off to the end? Yeah, so all these are the updates that we did adjust, and we also took out the annex, which was referenced strongly to the aide-memoire. And in terms of the decisions, as we discussed yesterday, there were some, you can come to the decisions?
No, I don't get the paragraph that has been added.
Yes, so we are saying there is no added paragraph. Yesterday,
No, number 3. What is this? The financial, technical, and material support provided by these institutions that we didn't see culminated into the success registered by Africa and AMCAO at World Water Forum 10. Who added this? Did we add this yesterday?
It's removed, TAC Chair. It's struck out, so it's removed.
yes, so
What
we
is
were
that
just
that is
trying to...
I don't see that it's cancelled. في عليها stroke? Okay. Now I'm losing my vision too. Continue, please.
Okay,
مشطوبة يعني.
on the decisions, so on the decisions, I think as we went through these items yesterday, on Sunday, we had agreed most of the recommended decisions after we had taken out what was 3.2. The rest of them, we had no issues about them. And we just qualified, of course, on the last one, urges member states practice to include commitments and initiatives in national development planning and translate them into tangible benefits for the people at the lowest level. Thank you. TAC Chair, we move on.
Yes, can you move
August
on?
House, thank you. The next item was on the petition against the Executive Secretary and the roadmap to handling it. And we took more time, I think, when we were on this item previously, in terms of finalizing the text on the decision side. And this is what, as we were concluding the meeting, the session of last time, we had agreed on this
Yes.
text.
I want to make sure that my distinguished TAC members, French speakers, are in line with what is written here, and that the French text reflects correctly what we have agreed on. Please, our bilingual TAC members, please support us in that.
Okay. Donc, la TAC
Give them time to review. Si vous, les distingués TAC, membres de TAC francophones, s'il vous plaît, veuillez vérifier que le texte français correspond à ce qu'on a abouti ensemble. Et s'il vous plaît, nos collègues bilingues, faites une petite révision pour voir que on est tous d'accord sur ce qui est écrit dans les deux langues. Merci.
Vous avez tous la version française, non? Vous avez tous la version française.
Pardon, Patrice?
Non, j'ai demandé s'ils ont tous la version française.
Oui, n'est-ce pas? Ils l'ont sur leur email.
Ok, d'accord, très bien.
Les discussions ou les rapports reflètent les discussions qu'on a eues, sauf au point 4.2.1 là, où on dit élire un coordonnateur de commission. Vraiment, ça n'a pas du sens. C'est choisir, moi, à mon avis, les 5 experts de chaque région, une fois réunis, choisissent parmi eux un responsable. Oui, un coordinateur de l'activité, mais pas un coordinateur de la... Parce que là, on a dit élire un coordinateur de commission. Oui, oui, c'est ce qui est écrit ici. Oui, là, on a dit élire un coordonnateur de commission.
I think there's no translation on this issue.
Choisir.
let me
Alors, en
translate.
français, choisir. OK. Est-ce que tu as fait la
OK.
correction, Patrice?
Oui, oui, j'ai fait la correction.
D'accord, parfait.
So for English speaking, so the question asked by Mr. Kamada is about the semantics. So, so instead of elect, as we translated in French, élit, he said we should just put choose. That is more aligned with what we are planning. This is the French version. So we are just trying to put a synonym.
Okay. Okay, mine is in the text, whereby we are talking about the committee. I think the way we had said, let's be specific, because in the decision we are talking of another committee, and in the text we are talking about the committee agreed to send the request for proposal. So, you know, now we have in this agenda, we have two different committees. We have the TAC and we have now a committee of experts. So under P, number 3, maybe we can go there, Nelson. The discussion, the discussion, number 3. The committee, you are talking about the committee agreed to send the request for proposal. Yeah, now we need to specify that committee. But now, on the same note, if we are now engaging the committee of experts to send the request for proposal, is it now the mandate of TAC to do the same? Then we need to. But the way the English is, it is the one doing the action. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What you are saying is right, but the way it is written is not communicating the same. Because when we say the committee agreed to send, it is now the committee to send. But we could say the committee agreed that the request for proposal will be sent to the for reputable. That, when we talk about will be, we are now taxing another organ. But the way it is now TAC doing it.
Okay. So to differentiate the TAC from the other committee in the decision, is that the point? Okay.
Yes. But, okay.
Madam Chair, let me try to clarify. The texts that are there, they are of the meeting of 4th September 2024. So it is history. Now, we have seated on 12th and 13th October this year, this month. So after the September report, then we have to say what we transpired during the 12th and 13th. It is not there. Maybe the copy that I have is different. Because those we changed our mind to form a committee. Of 12th and 13th.
Use the mic.
We need to add at the end, at the very end. Again, before Annex 2, as provided as Annex 2. Okay? We think GKL, you will add an L, number L, The TAC met on 12 and 13 October 2024 in Cairo, to discuss the matter above, or I don't know how you say it in English. In order to agree on the way forward to tackle this issue and draft a proposed decision to report to the to EXCO. Now, this is the meaning. English literature comes to correct what I'm saying.
Ok, j'ai traduit, Dr. Tahani. Dr. Tahani, est-ce que je traduis en français maintenant? Ok, très bien.
Okay, we were going down, just go up. We were trying now to make our text read what we are putting in the decision side. Now the one for the number 3 is done. Number 5 in the discussion. Number 5 in the discussion. Yes. Now the TAC, not the committee. The TAC further agreed the timeline for procuring the farm, that is fine. And then we have talked about now, I think that is, this is okay, the issue of TOR. I'm sure the chair TOR is done, the TOR for the, yeah. So when it comes to number 3 of that 5, we are saying the proposal should be submitted in English to the tax chair. I think now it should now change to the committee, the coordinator of the committee. Yeah. Of the what? And then now in the number 5, we need to put the date. You see now the September meeting we are putting in number 2. If the story is this, then we need to.
Can you go up?
Yes. Yeah.
Dr. Tahani, s'il te plaît, le micro.
Okay,
Utilise le
so
micro,
what
s'il te plaît.
AMCA Chair is advising is that under point B, the rest of the text is related to the meeting that took place on September 12th.
Yes.
So it's a record of what happened at that particular time.
Exactly.
Then, because of the fact that there was also this meeting, then there are decisions that have been made, as much as they may not necessarily align with what was discussed previously, but this is just a record of what had happened,
Yes.
outlining what happened. And now, under the last, was it L? Now there is a point that it tries to put everything into context on what has been currently decided. I think that's how it is understood.
Yes, exactly. This is the narration of the story since the start. The sequence is as is. It started on that time, we meet it on that time, we had the proposed decisions, and then, no, nothing, no draft. No, it was finalized. Everything is finalized. And you have had, all of you, the minutes of the meeting. And we gave us time to receive comments, and we received comments, and we finalized. No, it's finished now. Okay, can you continue, please, Mr. Nelson? Patrice?
Okay.
Je peux lire alors ce que tu as proposé ou bien?
Oui, s'il vous plaît.
OK. Donc, il y a eu une proposition de Dr. Tahani, le point L. I think it's L, Genevieve, that French. OK. So, la suggestion de Dr. Tahani, c'était les TAC se sont réunis du 12 au 13 octobre, en mai 2024. OK, très bien. Du 12 au 13 octobre 2024 au Caire pour discuter de la question submentionnée afin de convenir de la marche à suivre pour aborder ce problème et rédiger des propositions de décision à soumettre au comité exécutif. Ça, c'est la proposition du Kenya. Bien de Dr. Tahani. Thank you.
So
OK. Pas de problème.
Distinguished TAC Chair.
On avance.
Just to add, maybe to say, because it appears as if we just didn't discuss, but kind of like we reviewed whatever was discussed previously. So it can be improved to say the TAC met on 12 and 13 October in Cairo to review and discuss the matter above in order.
No, we will not review. We have reviewed. Review meaning that we have a text and we are reviewing it. We are not reviewing, we are discussing this matter.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
We don't review anything. In order, you put it, split it. Yes?
In H, we are talking about the request for proposal were reviewed by vice chairs. I don't know if there was submission by then. Then maybe it could be the TOR, not request for proposal. And then in the text should be called the TOR. Request for proposal is something else different. Now, the one you did with your vice chairs online. It's the TOR. Request for proposal is the one you are sending to farms to give the financial and technical, but the selection is not yet there. Maybe, yeah, you can do, after TOR, you can do expression of interests. Because the way it is, we have done already part of what the committee has done. What is remaining is the evaluation. It's like you have received, you refute what you receive from the farms, and now the evaluation phase. Yeah, that's why I'm saying you need to put the right term. I know what you are doing was discussing the TOR, right? The comments of the TOR. The procurement terminologies, they have different meanings.
Can we go back to that sentence? If we can just, a lot of work have been done already by TAC. TAC was only stuck on the how to procure, because we were actually introducing other committees that have not been blessed by EXCO. So the purpose of our meeting was, if we can say, if we agree to say, the TAC met on that date in Cairo to discuss we were actually discussing the procurement processes. To discuss the procurement process, or to agree on the procurement process and the draft and propose a decision for EXCO, something in that line, because we were actually just working on the procurement process everything was already done. I submit, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I am, the wording, I said that put it in good English. Okay, to discuss to discuss and agree. No, to discuss and agree
and agree
on the procurement process and to draft a proposed decision to EXCO. And by the way, what you have agreed on was entitled request for proposal. It was not TOR. So if TOR is here by mistake, we replace it by request for proposal. In the text, here in the...
if there are TORs on the text in...
I don't know. I want to review. Yes, the TOR, the adopted RFP. The procurement process of...
Where is it?
can you come back after a request of proposals? Can you come back?
Yeah. Well, let's go back.
Come back to the statement we were just discussing at the end.
It can make more sense if we say discuss and agree on the procurement process of that firm or that investigating something and draft. English-speaking people, please.
And the process of the consultancy firm or the consultancy firm to undertake the consultancy firm to undertake the investigation comma because we process the consultancy firm to undertake investigation and to draft proposed decision to report to EXCO. Is this okay? I don't like it very much, but
there is a
we
hand
can
at the
stop
back.
at consultancy firm. We all understand what it's all about. To engage a consultancy firm, and that's it, and we stop at that point. Yes.
Microphone, please. I don't.
I think the process is different. What we agreed is the committee. We agreed that we form a committee to undertake the assignment. Because process is step by step on how the assignment will be done, of which you are saying once the committee in place, what we listed there was part of their TOR. Yes, so maybe you can say the yes? Then we need to put the committee, because when we talk about a process, it is how you do something. Okay, we can leave and then we will respond when they ask. Yes.
With the committee. The committee is part of that process and is going to help us to engage. procurement process to engage the consultancy firm and propose the decision for ESCO to EXCO. Where are we? Are we doing something?
To engage,
Sorry, please come again.
Eh? Am I audible? Who is typing?
I'm the one, please come again.
we have the team at the...
Or I should repeat?
Yes, please.
Who is typing? Procurement process to engage. Yeah. The consultancy firm. Yes. And drafts. No. And propose a decision to EXCO.
And propose a decision to EXCO.
To EXCO.